everyone, this is 3567 back on the episode of Flowers Summer. And yeah, we switched to Takasaki's point of view. This happened in the first game, I forgot it did happen, so we're just going to go right in on it. What is that the church architecture is such a mess? The central pillars, the walls, the windows, everything is covered in ornamentation. Feels very confused. Try to get a sense of perspective. My eyes narrowed. I'm squinting around the chapel yet again when a noise echoes wildly through the space. The sound of footsteps ringing out, and then I hear a forlorn voice in my ear requesting my attention.
Nani?
What? I asked without turning around, and the timid voice inquires where Yagaki-san is.
今日も自主練だそうよ。少し前にバスキア教諭もコミカド先輩も同じことを聞きに来たわ。
She's practicing by herself again today. Both Sister Best Way and Komikawa Senpai came to ask me the same thing not long ago. Oh, her tone was so soft I wouldn't have heard her disappointment if I hadn't been listening for it. This is no good. I can't tell exactly how big the cross is. I drag my gaze away from the chancel and turn around. Suo Shirahane is now right in front of me. I stare at her intently, relieved that I can see her properly, that she's not somehow undulating. Her long hair is raven black, her slim, supple arms pale. The skin peeking through her collar is whiter than marble. I take a step or two forward, still looking into her face, and the trite adjective good-looking comes to mind. It's the kind of beauty, though, that makes all the secret vulnerabilities of one's soul just ache. I can understand why my ante partner is so desperate.
何か。
Is something the matter?
八重垣エリカと仲がいいのね。
You're close to Erika Yagaki, aren't you?
エリカさんとですか？仲がいいというより、私が勝手に処置仲間扱いをしているだけで。
With Erika-san? I wouldn't say we're close. It's more that I forced her to be my reading buddy. I wouldn't say forced either.
名前で呼ぶくらいには仲がいい。
You're close enough to call her by your first name. A blush like scattered cherry blossoms spread across her cheeks. I feel gloomy for some reason.
彼女も無駄なことはよしたらいいのに。
She'd be better off giving up on this wild goose chase of hers. え？
台本なんて諦めて稽古をすべきだわ。あと2日しか稽古できる日取りはないのだもの。
She needs to forget about the scripts and focus on rehearsing. We only have 2 days left.
そうですね。
You're right. Shirahane presses a hand to her chest as though in some kind of pain. It's a gesture that somehow recalls the pure emotions of adolescence, that betrays her acute pain.
なぜあれほど固執するのかしら。初めは朗読なんて嫌がっていたのに。
Why is she being so obstinate about it when she didn't even want to do the recitation in the first place? My words have a bitter echo to them as they fade into the recesses of the chapel. She's so closed off. I turn to leave, wondering why I'm bothering with her.
きっとみんなで作り上げてきたこの朗読劇を成功させたいと思っているはずです。
I'm sure that she just wants the recitation to be a success, given that we worked so hard on it together. That's what I thought too. I'm sure she wants it to be a success. Be that as it may.
あなたのために。
It's for you.
私の？
For me?
そう。稽古をせず台本に固執しているのがいい証拠よ。
Yes, the fact that she's ignoring rehearsals and pestering with this whole script business is proof of that. I've probably been thinking the same thing myself. All that about exposing the culprit, about not wanting to fall publicly. It was all.
なんだっていうの？
What is this? My irritation grows as I stare at Suo Shirohane standing in front of me. It's at times like this I say that I actually appreciate not being able to see anything.
私のためだったら嬉しいけれど、それはきっと違うわ。
I'd be touched if it was for me, but I'm sure that's not the case.
どういうこと？
Why do you say that?
私も、コミカド先輩も、高崎さんも、みんなで作る劇を壊したくないと強く思っているからだと思う。
I think it's that she really doesn't want to ruin this performance she's doing with all of us. Me, you, Komikawa senpai. By the way, if you hear stuff hitting the microphone at points or a headset, it is because I am kind of trying to blow out my head. It's a little hot. I am just melting. She repeats her point again. I'm about to argue that if that were the case, she wouldn't have any reason to obsess over the scripts, but she stops me with a smile.
それに、何より、アミティエと共に作ってきた劇を成功させたい。そう願っているはずよ。
Plus, I'm sure that more than anything, she just wants the performance she's doing together with our Amate partner to go well. There's a cute smile from her. We miss that smile. She adds to her argument. The words we threw back and forth the other day come to mind.
ないわ。
No way.
アミティエが大切でない人なんていない。
Everyone cherishes their Amate partner.
私は
I won't have to refute it, but faced with Suo Shirohane's deep black, all-encompassing eyes, I find myself unable to say anything. It seems to me that she's looking through me to someone else. I suppose I'm doing the same. Looking to her, to Erika Yagaki.
もう少しだけ待ってみましょう。
Let's wait just a little bit longer. I look up at the chancel. My eyes are drawn to the cross, its form still distorted in my eyes. I feel like my eyes are doing that from the heat. The sweat just keeps getting into it. And now back to our regularly scheduled Yagaki. It's been a while since I last saw a live dove. I spot a dove perched on a thin branch through the corridor window. Like the doves in the picture that I seen while researching St. Joseph, something about it feels off to me. Something about its weirdly shiny feathers, its calls, its movements. Its eyes are especially creepy. It's impossible to tell what it's thinking. I watch it hopping idly around and mutter to myself about it being called a symbol of peace. Those disagreeable eyes. I think back to my falling out with my Amate partner the previous day. Actually, I'm not sure if we even had enough of a relationship to fall out in the first place. Still.
なんだよ。
What? Noticing me watching it, the dove has frozen and is staring shrewdly back at me. As soon as my usual feline smile occurs around my lips, the dove flaps off, just like her. Because that dove knows a cat is a very dangerous thing to a bird. No, I suppose I'm the one who ran away. From my home. My family. My thoughts all seem to be taking a turn for the melancholy. I shake my head and start rearranging the pieces of the puzzle in my brain. I'm just running through my solution one more time before I present it.
確か、小ウサギの消失の折にもしたな。
I did this with the case of disappearing bunnies, too. The face of the culprit in that case flashes through my mind. I shake my tousled head again and focus on the case of the missing scripts. First, let's clearly define how the incident began. Initially, I thought that the loss of the scripts was a malicious crime committed by a third party. Was that original assertion correct? Did the scripts go missing by accident, or was it intentional? It was an accident from someone's good intentions. In that case, why did it happen in the first? And then there's our other mystery. The meaning of St. Joseph on that note. What does St. Joseph denote? I want to say... I want to say it's this, but that's too simple. But this is also too simple. I know this is a false lead. Trust your instincts, Fox. A nickname for the place where scripts have been left. After I finish putting the pieces together in my head, I give the bow that the dove has now vacated a final glare and head for the chapel. Open the doors noisily, looking across the chapel towards the chancel. I see the two people I summoned here. Suo Shirahane and Chidori Takasaki. Shirahane is smiling, though her expression is somewhat troubled, while Takasaki's usual irritated gaze is turned towards me. A pair of them together look like a religious painting of the angel Gabriel announcing Christ's incarnation. The archangel rejoicing in the incarnation of the Son of the God, the bewildered, emotional Virgin Mary hearing that she's with child.
呼び出したってことは犯人を見つけたってことよね。
The fact that you've called us here must mean that you found the culprit.
それはちょっと違うな。
Not quite.
なら謝罪でもするのかしら。コミカド先輩を呼んでないところを見ると、大口を叩いてダメだったことを私たちに取りなしてもらいたいとか？
Then are you here to apologize since you haven't invited Komikado-senpai? I'm guessing you want to get the two of us to break the news to her that your boasts are full of hot air.
今日は随分と口が回るじゃないか。なんだ、ムカついてるのか？
You're awfully chatty today. You must be pretty pissed off. She denies it, although her expression says otherwise, and then she turns her head away.
台本見つかったのですね。
You found the scripts, haven't you? Shirahane says, looking like she's known their location all along, and I nod.
あなた、さっきは違うって言ってた。
But you just said you hadn't.
犯人は見つからなかったって言ったんだよ。こっちとしても不本意だがな。こいつは。
I said I hadn't found a culprit. Although I'm loath to admit myself, there. I look out the cross that hangs above the chancel.
八代譲り派大田事件の時のような話なんだよ。
It's just like in the Yuzuriya Yatsuhiro incident. I'm reminded of that earlier case.
意味がわからないわ。
I don't understand. I wasn't here. I didn't read anything from the first game because I'm a very lovely person. Came in halfway through the story and did not read any of it, and I'm using my non-knowledge to give you guys a recap. Because I'm that kind of person. Of course she doesn't. Takasaki goes out of her way to associate with people as little as possible. There's no way that she'd know the details of an incident that occurred before she transferred here.
大山明堂してネズミ一匹ってやつだよ。大騒ぎして結果大したことがないってことさ。この台本紛失事件もそういう類の話だったんだ。
It was pretty much a do about nothing. A big fuss about something that turned out to be no big deal. This case of the missing scripts is very much in the same vein. I look over at the pew where the scripts have been left.
そもそもこの紛失事件に犯人はいないんだ。
First off, there is no culprit in this case.
犯人がいない？まさか自然に起きた事故とでも言うの？ネズミが台本を加えて逃げたとか。
No culprit? Are you saying it was some kind of accident? Like a rat came in and ran off with them?
そりゃいい。笑えるが、もちろん動物がどうこうとか言わないよ。風が吹いて飛んでいったとかもな。
Come on now. It might sound silly, but I'm obviously not saying an animal took them, or that the wind blew the scripts away or whatever.
いい加減、はぐらかすのはやめて。
Just cut to the chase, will you? I run ahead to my messy locks, preparing my spiel just as I rehearsed before I launched my explanation of events.
さっきも言った通り、犯人という悪意を持った人はいない。だが、善意を持った人ならいたんだよ。
It's not like there was some malicious individual behind what happened. There wasn't any culprit, but there was someone motivated by good intentions.
善意？
Good intentions? Well, that obviously came completely out of left field. I smiled at my Ante partner's uncharacteristic reaction.
そうだ。簡単に言えば、白羽がそこのキースの上に置いておいた台本を忘れ物だとして善意からある人物が届けようとしたのさ。
Right, to put it simply, some good Samaritan took it upon themselves to hand in the scripture I left on this here pew, thinking they were lost property.
ちょっと待って。なら遺失物として。
Hang on, they'd have been at lost and found in that case. She turns her irritated gaze on Shirahane, but my reading buddy shakes her head.
職員室にも寄宿舎にも届いていなかったわ。
They had been handed in at the teacher's lounge or at the dorms.
飛んだ善人がいたものね。結局台本は拾ったかもしれないけど、そのまま届けなかったということじゃない。
Some good Samaritan. They might have picked up the scripts for us, but what good was it if they didn't hand them in? I wonder about the hostility of her gaze, but...
なあ、ハリー・ポッターの映画を見たことがあるか？
Have you seen the Harry Potter movies? Wow, Erica, I haven't, but she might. I ask her a sudden question.
何を言っているの？
What are you talking about?
ないのか？お前映画興味なさそうだもんな。
You haven't? I guess you're not into that. I guess you're not that into movies.
見たことくらいあるわ。
Yes, I've seen them. She retorts sulkily.
よく映画の番宣やコマーシャルで流れる曲あるだろ。不思議の国に紛れ込んだような BGM だよ。
There's this music that plays in all the trailers and commercials, right? This background music that really draws you into that fantastical world.
あれって、私は映画そのものを指した曲、もしくは主人公のテーマ曲だとずっと思ってたんだ。
I always thought it was like the movie's main theme, or the protagonists.
だが、後で知ったんだが、あれってペットの白フクロウ、ヘドウィグのテーマなんだってな。知ってたか？
But afterwards, I learned that's actually the pet owl Hedwig's theme. Did you know that?
そうだったの？知らなかったわ。
Oh, really? I had no idea. Shirahane, wide-eyed, voices her surprise. Sakasaki remains silent.
だからどうしたっていうの？
And so what?
つまり固定観念を捨てろってことさ。私はお前が見つけてくれたこのメモ帳。
In other words, throw away your assumptions. This note that you found. I waved the piece of paper in front of their eyes.
これを宝の地図だと思っていた。台本を指し示すメッセージだってな。
I thought this was a treasure map, a message that would lead us to the scripts.
こんなものがあったなんて。
I didn't know you found something like that. Shirahane stares intently at the scrap of paper. She's obviously never heard of it either. The solution has occurred to her upon seeing the message.
この聖ヨゼフって名前、私はこれが台本の場所を示すものだと思っていた。
The name here, Saint Joseph, I thought it was a clue as to the whereabouts of the scripts.
だから聖ヨゼフと関連するようなもの、場所を捜索した。だよな。
So I investigated all sorts of places and things related to St. Joseph. Huh.
聖ヨゼフの階段とか？
Like St. Joseph's staircase.
ご明察。学院の階段も探したな。だが、結局何も見つからなかった。
Very perceptive. Yes, I searched the school staircases too, but in the end I found nothing.
無駄足だったわ。
It was all just pointless legwork.
違いない。
It sure was. Smiling, I give my legs a pat. And my ante partner smiles wryly back at me.
この聖ヨゼフが台本の場所を示している。それは間違いない。だが、名前とゆかりのある場所を探しても意味がなかった。そんな時。
I was right that this St. Joseph indicated the location of the scripts, but I was wasting my time looking in places related to the name. In fact, I realized... I explained to them how the topic of nicknames had come up in an otherwise meaningless conversation I'd had.
あだ名ですか？
Nicknames?
ああ、そこで物にあだ名をつけるって話を聞いたんだよ。愛着の湧いた品に特別な名前をね。私にはない発想だ。
Yeah, I hear how some people even give favorite objects to theirs pet names. I never even considered that. I can understand giving names to people and pets. However, I had this preconceived notion that pet names are only for living things. Her eyes probably grasped my meaning by now. She looks around the chapel, her eyes huge. But Takasaki, still not understanding, asks irritatedly what it is I'm saying.
日本でもあるが、海外は特に建物に愛称をつける文化があるんだよ。オペラハウスなんかにな。例えば、ドイツにあるザクセン州立歌劇場は。
It happens in Japan too, but overseas in particular, there's a tradition of giving nicknames to buildings, like opera houses and stuff. For example, the Saxon State Opera House in Germany.
もともとドレスデン国立歌劇場って言ったんだが、建物の建築に携わった建築家ゼンパー氏にちなんでゼンパーオーパーとも呼ばれてる。
Originally, it was called the Dresden National Opera House, but it's now known as the Semperoper after the architect Gottfried Semper.
それ以外でも最寄りの通りの名から愛称がついたり、初めて公演された演劇の演目から付けられたりする例もある。
There are other examples of theaters and opera houses being named after the first performance held there or being given a nickname based on a nearby street.
それって。
So you're saying... She must finally have cottoned on. Her expression softens slightly and she waits for me to go on.
そう。私はこの聖ヨゼフが場所、建物を指す愛称だと考えたのさ。そして図書室で学院の遠隔を調べた。
Yeah, I figured that this St. Joseph was a nickname for a place, for a building, so I went to the library and researched the history of the academy.
そうしたらあったんだよ。聖ヨゼフ劇場、もしくはヨゼフ座がね。
And there it was, the St. Joseph Theater, or the St. Joseph. I moved my wheelchair over to the right side of the chapel towards the door that's usually kept shut. The door doesn't give off a particular air of mystery. I always assumed it just led to a storage room. I turned to my bewildered audience.
さあ行こうぜ、地下劇場へ。
Right, let's go. The underground theater is this way. And we'll figure out where it goes next episode, which might be a short episode. But I hope you had fun, and I'll see you on the next one. See you then.